You have probably heard the whispers, the grand, ridiculous conspiracy that Morocco intentionally threw the 2022 World Cup semifinal against France. The theory claims that by letting the defending champions advance, Morocco secured massive geopolitical favors and global goodwill. It sounds like a cheap spy thriller, and like most spy thrillers, it ignores the basic laws of physics. The truth behind that night in Qatar is much colder, much harsher, and entirely tactical. Here is exactly how it works. Let us start with the illusion of the throne game. In professional football, throwing a match at the highest level is nearly impossible. There are too many cameras, too many egos, and far too much running involved for a fake performance. What looks like a deliberate surrender to the untrained eye is usually just a tactical collapse. Before that match, Morocco had the best defense on earth. 0 goals surrendered to opposing players, 0 panic, 0 mistakes. Then, 5 minutes in, reality hit. Why did it look like Morocco simply handed the game over? Because their entire system was built to survive without the ball. They were a brick wall. But when France scored early, the French did something deeply cynical. They retreated. They handed Morocco the ball and essentially said, "Your turn." This is the tactical paradox. Morocco was suddenly forced to attack. They were asked to pick a lock when they only brought a shield. It was not a political surrender. It was a mathematical checkmate. But here is why the Masterplan conspiracy refuses to die. Look at the aftermath. Morocco did not just go home to cry. They became an institution. They leveraged that specific run to secure co-hosting rights for the 2030 World Cup. They expanded their elite academies. They convinced top-tier dual national players to switch allegiances. No draws, no points, no coming back from that semifinal loss. But they gained massive generational leverage. They traded a plastic trophy for an empire. Here is the wrinkle most fans completely miss. Winning that semifinal might have actually damaged their long-term project. A fairy tale win over France, followed by a likely crushing defeat to Lionel Messi in the final, would have framed them as lucky tourists who overstayed their welcome. By losing a gritty, exhausting battle to the defending champions, they proved they belonged in the elite bracket permanently. Same respect, different consequence. We see this blueprint echoing right now. As nations scramble to prepare for the massive 2026 World Cup, smart federations are studying the Moroccan aftermath. They are not studying how Morocco lost to France. They are studying how Morocco monetized a defeat into a permanent seat at the global table. The global football hierarchy protects its own, whether you like it or not. You either buy your way in or you bleed your way in. So let us kill the myth. There was no secret agreement, no deliberate surrender. Morocco lost to France because of early injuries, an early mistake, and a brilliant tactical trap by the French. But the resulting master plan, the infrastructure, the hosting rights, the global respect, was entirely real. They sacrificed a single night in Qatar for a permanent place in football history. The game has not changed. You have. You're welcome. Subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. It means a lot.